of the greatest Nigerian youth. Of the greatest Nigerian youth. Yeah, we, the Patriotic Nigerian Youth Forum, we are calling on Nigerian, especially residents of the Federal Capital Territory, to continue to reject anarchy in the name of protest and to trust President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Minister of FCT to address the city's need, being the test of a solidarity march in defense of national stability by Patriotic Nigerian Youth Forum and other civil society groups on the 31st July 2024. Comrades, compatriots, gentlemen of the press, we are gathered here today to further advance our call for the rejection of projects of anarchy, clothed in the end bad governance, or in some cases end hunger or hardship. One of the most dangerous problems of this proposed protest, which its origins are remain unknown, is that 24 hours to the date given by its masked organizer, there is no clarity about the title of the protest or what the demands are, except that people are hungry and therefore should protest. There is no better way to anarchy than a scenario in which some citizens are convinced that because of their undergoing difficulties, they should vent their anger in protest. Normally, it sounds okay and excuses are made thereto, but the need in chaos and anarchy, especially because these particular protests are rudderless, formless and focusless. This is called August protest. It's nothing short of a call for national riot, looting and ultimately anarchy. We must call it exactly what it is. It is an invitation for people who are hungry to loot people's shop, raid warehouse, commit sundry arson in the name of hunger. We can see what happened in Kenya. The outcome of this protest, if ever allowed, can never be short of these unfortunate scenarios. Incidentally, some non-opposition figures have endorsed this protest, but have carefully refused to participate. The question is, if these protests are solutions to national challenge, why are these disgruntled politicians avoiding it, keeping their children far away in London, in the US, and they are sending the children of nobody to go and protest? Fellow citizens, we advise you not to use as cannon folders. It is purely commonsensical to ask someone urging you into any tax for a supposedly communal good, why they are not willing to join you. All those you consider as alternative leaders who are campaigning for protest have it themselves rejected the protest by refusing to lead from the front line or even to join. And those who like to argue that President Bola Tinubu is father or even grandfather of protest in Nigeria are correct to the extent that Tinubu organized, participated and in support protest. But what they carefully and shamefully so deliberately avoid to mention is that unlike this masquerade behind this one, President Tinubu always showed his face. He had clarity about what the protest was, and we always saw him leading from the front. He also stopped when the demands are met. Or when there was an agreed position. Those were protests as opposed or his barefaced project of anarchy. The question has been asked, who are these organizers of this protest, so that they can take responsibility when they degenerate, because we know they must. Till date, proposed protests have taken over our media space, and yet we do not have anybody that can engage directly on the details of the planning, the demand and expected outcome of the protest. In essence, we are happy discussing an eventual anarchy in our country and somehow feeling good. We have no other place we can call our own, so we must not allow things like this to happen. Let us also state that for whatever it is proposed protest have awakened some national consciousness between the citizen and the government. Government is beginning to engage, and it should do so more vigorously. But we should allow this process of engagement to continue. It is more beneficial than calling out persons whose motives and tendencies are known. Mr. President has taken a lot of initiatives to address the needs of citizens, including the removal of ban and import duties on food items, as it's been spearheaded by the Controller General of Customs, Mr. Bashir Adeniyi. We should trust the President who's, within 1 year in office, introduced the Nigeria Education Loan Fund, NELFund, Fund for SMEs, support for families, and is on the project of introducing credit facilities to help citizens solve their needs, and as well pay attention to convenient times. Mr. President is on our matter. I'm telling you, Mr. President is on our matter. We know that hunger causes anger, but this problem did not just start today. We need some time to allow the reform materialize. Let us support Mr. President. He is aware and he is not sleeping on this issue. And for us in the Federal Capital Territory, we are a reason to look forward with greater hope, because the working FCT minister, Mr. Nyesom Wike, is fixing the city. We may not like him or the Tinubu administration, but what cannot be denied, except for mischief, is that FCT has taken a quantum leap under Tinubu and Wike. They deserve our unalloyed support. Therefore, let us bear our challenges and be wise. We must not allow fifth colonists to use our problem as citizens to advance their cause and destabilize our country. Let us participate. Let us articulate. Let us make sure our issues are forwarded to the government. But we must not, in unison, reject this well-packaged chaos called protest. Nigeria is our own. We must not let them set our houses ablaze, our businesses ablaze. We saw what happened at NSAS. We should say no to all these things and abandon our homes because the rooms are leaking. Let us work together to fix Nigeria. Thank you and God bless you. Of the greatest Nigerian youth.
Greater. Your peaceful disposition. We want to let you know that we are equal stakeholders in this country. And of course, this nation should not burn. Because we cannot afford, or this nation cannot afford to go into crisis. No country, both West and the entire Africa, will be able to contain Nigeria. So therefore, we know it is the inalienable right of Nigerians to protest, but however, we request for peace. At this time, where things are really, it requires each and every one of us to look inwards and see how we can make Nigeria great. That for us, it should be the message for all the youths, every Nigeria. Are we saying things are good? Things can be better. We are moving, and we're saying that each and every one of us should send this message to our friends, to our relatives, to our fathers, to our youths all across Nigeria, that we should give peace a chance. Nobody is saying protest is constitutional, but any protest that have the undertone of violence requires a rethink. And so I want to appreciate each and every one of us on behalf of the Honorable Minister of the FCT, Barrister Wike, and we want to let you know that the government is doing everything within its power to make sure that Nigerians don't suffer unnecessarily, to make sure that there's provision of better life for each and every one of us. But Rome is not built in a day. It takes time. So we want to appeal to each and every one of us to please give us little time. I want to believe that very soon things will come. Things will come. Do we believe in Nigeria?
Yes.
Do we believe in Nigeria?
Yes.
Do we believe that things will come?
Yes.
So let's give peace a chance. Thank you and God bless. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Your name, sir. Your name, sir.
My name is Olubiyi Sunday. I head internal security. Thank you very much, the ministers of it. Now I'm taking
and the argument of those who want to protest. We also are here to say that everything in the country is not totally wrong. Particularly, we chose the FCT to demonstrate where government is working. And most of us, we may not like the FCT minister, but we cannot deny what he's doing. We can also not deny the support that the Mr. President has given to him. Government have made mistakes. One thing good about this protest is that he has made us to begin to rethink. We have to give government a chance. We have to allow for peace. We insist, we have said this before, over and over. We insist that while people may feel the need to protest, these protests have all the trappings of chaos and anarchy. That is the problem. The problem is not whether people have a right to protest or not. They do have their right. All the things that say, all of us are feeling it, but we cannot afford to throw the country into chaos
instability and take a route that can take us to anarchy just because we are suffering, just because
we are hungry. So having called on government and government having taken some steps to look at the agitations of citizens, it is important. That's why we are urging, like you say, we are an interventionist group that are saying all these complaints are right, they are legitimate, but the best way to deal with them is to engage rather than to take a path that will be chaotic, that will be riotous. That is just a stand.